Are there any kind of words of wisdom or advice that you'd give to people when it comes to identifying and making strategic changes to their Google Ads campaigns? One of the things that I know that you've talked a lot about on LinkedIn is like, there is no secret sauce, there is no advanced hack or whatever that's going to magically save your account. So what kind of advice would you leave people with if they're interested in making performance improvements?
Yeah, so there'd be two things I'd look at. The first thing is that I would go, if you can just nail down and really get really key on your, especially if we're talking about search and shopping, people are coming in from a really high intent search. If they're clicking on your ad and going to your landing page and you're not getting conversions, 9 times out of the 10, the problem is not your ad copy and it's not even your keyword targeting. It's probably got something to do with your landing page. So that would be the first thing I say is just really remember what Google search. So when we say Google search, Google shopping, Google search campaigns is people completing high intent searches, seeing ads, and then going through the landing page. So there's sort of 3 chains there: targeting, ad copy, landing page. And if the first 2 links of the chain, the targeting and the ad copy is working, the problem is actually the landing page. And a lot of people, especially if they've created the website as a small business owner, that can be a real touchy subject, an emotional subject to go with. And I get it, I understand it. But ultimately, you just got to go, you let the data decide. So the great thing I love about Google Ads is it's all based on the data. So that would be the first thing I'd say. Second thing I'd say, especially in this current setting, I mean, I think in the last 24 hours, Google has just released another update about AI Max, they're calling it. I'm trying to
big news. We'll have to record some kind of podcast about that in the near future. Yeah.
The biggest take-home message that I really want people to see at the moment is that all of the changes that are happening inside of the Google Ads. So if we look even just in the last 2 weeks, we've had the relaunch of AI Max. You've had them come out and release a whole new reporting updates inside of Performance Max and responsive search ads. Rewind. A couple of months ago, they removed video action campaigns, and that's now demand gen, et cetera, et cetera. The changes are going on. A lot of people actually missing the reason for why these changes are occurring. And the changes that are occurring is because the very nature of how people are searching is changing. So that's the main message that I really want to get people through, just to be aware of if you're running Google Ads at the moment, is that if it makes sense, if the way that people are searching, like people are now less and less starting to do individual keyword searches. This is going to be supercharged when Google releases Gemini 2.0 in a couple of months, where you're going to start getting, at the moment, they've already released it, AI generation for non-buyer intent keywords. So essentially, you're going to have a ChatGPT environment inside of Google search.
For all keywords, like for not just the long tail, like
a lot of them, a lot of them is going to be moving over to transactional as well. So you've got to really look at, that's why all of these changes are happening. So, I'm not saying just burn up your total account and just change everything. What I'm just saying is be adaptive, test these new things that come out. And some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them just won't be for your business. But yeah, don't get caught in the fight of, you wish it was like, I wish Google Ads was like what it was 5 and 10 years ago, because Google search isn't the same as what it was 5 or 10 years ago. So you've got to adapt and roll with the changes.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Paid Media Lab. If you found it useful, you can get the full-length episode on the Lunio YouTube channel, where you can also subscribe to catch all our latest releases. And if you want free tools, reports, and guides to help you uplift the efficiency of your PPC campaigns, head to lunio.ai and click on the Resources tab in the nav bar. See you in the next one.